In Windsor's lively atmosphere, an air of jubilant celebration filled the day as Kate basked in the glow of England's stunning rugby victory, a win that saw them overpower a determined Welsh team, cheered on by none other than her husband, William. The buzz in the crowd was almost palpable, leaving one to wonder what magic stirred behind these spirited cheers. Today at Cardiff's Principality Stadium, the energy soared as England's rugby squad secured a resounding 68-14 win over Wales. The sound of roaring fans and the vibrant clamor of celebration painted the scene vividly, setting the stage for an unforgettable day. Could this explosive result be the spark for more surprises in the tournament? At 43, Kate, patron of the Rugby Football Union, stood proudly among supporters, while 42-year-old Prince William, patron of the Welsh Rugby Union since 2016, lent his quiet support to the opposing side. Their presence at the match added an extra layer of drama, as each royal championed his own team with heartfelt passion. Does this friendly rivalry hint at deeper stories behind the cheers? While the on-field rivalry between these two historic teams has roots that run deep on either side of the Severn Bridge, the banter between Kate and William carried a lighter, almost playful tone. Their mutual support for their teams was more about camaraderie than conflict, leading fans to enjoy a game that was as much about family fun as fierce competition. Isn't it amazing how sports can bring a touch of humor to even the fiercest battles? In an act that spoke volumes of sportsmanship, the Welsh players found themselves nestled between Rob Udwin, president of England's RFU, and Terry Cobner, president of the WRU. With the Royals standing close to the heads of their respective patronages, the atmosphere was charged with both pride and a shared love of the game. Could this rare moment of unity lead to lasting memories for all involved? Kate's radiant smile grew even wider as the English team piled on a record-breaking score, while empty seats slowly appeared in the 74,500 capacity venue, an unmistakable sign of disheartened Welsh supporters unable to watch their team's struggles. The stark contrast between elation and disappointment left a lingering question in the cool Cardiff air: how does one mend a bruised spirit after such a heavy defeat? As the final whistle drew near, the stirring strains of Swing Low, Sweet Chariot echoed through the Welsh capital. With one more try to seal the game, the sound of the hymn mingled with the fan sighs, marking a bittersweet end to a disappointing Six Nations outing for Wales. What does this melancholy chorus say about the hopes of a nation? This heavy loss marked Wales's second consecutive wooden spoon, as they endured their worst scoreline at Cardiff, an even larger margin than the 55-point gap suffered in a 2022 clash against New Zealand. The brutal numbers on the board underscored a stark reality: sometimes, defeat is as dramatic as victory. Can a team rise again after such a staggering setback? In the wake of the win, Kate happily posed for selfies with the cheering crowd, her joy contagious. Meanwhile, Prince William appeared more reserved, his bright red scarf, a vivid match to the Welsh kit, adding a striking contrast to his somber mood. This divergence in expressions made one pause and ask, can contrasting feelings exist in a single moment of triumph and loss? Shortly after the final whistle, both royals made their way to the dressing rooms of Wales and England to exchange words with the players, a gesture that bridged the gap between victory and defeat. Their presence in these intimate spaces spoke of genuine care and respect, inviting us to wonder what heartfelt conversations unfolded behind closed doors. Not long after, the couple stepped onto the pitch to meet Rodrigo Gonzalez, co-founder and co-chief executive of a pioneering company recognized in 2022 for its earthshot efforts. His introduction of plastic-free food packaging across Welsh stadiums added an unexpected twist to the day, blending environmental innovation with the spirit of the game. Could this green initiative mark a new chapter in sports and sustainability? Before the match began, the Prince and Princess of Wales visited injured players, a group supported by the Welsh Rugby Charitable Trust. Their warm conversations in the Sir Tasker Watkins Suite, a special space within the stadium for players and their families, offered comfort on a chilly day where temperatures hovered around 7 degrees Celsius. How might these heartfelt exchanges shape the future for those facing tough recoveries? Dressed in snug overcoats against the brisk Cardiff weather, the smiling royals engaged with the injured athletes, their animated expressions reflecting both empathy and genuine interest. The Cosy Suite, named after a distinguished Welsh Lord Chief Justice and World War II veteran who later led the Welsh Rugby Union, set the tone for a day of shared struggles and hopeful beginnings. Could this moment of unity be the first step toward brighter days ahead? William, who also serves as patron of the Welsh Rugby Charitable Trust, has long supported players injured in the game, inviting them to every home match and hosting an annual family day. This commitment not only highlights his dedication to the sport, but also adds a personal touch to the ongoing support for injured athletes. Isn't it inspiring to see such care extended to those who give their all on the field? The official opening of the suite had already taken place during the previous England-Wales clash on February 25th, a day that was filled with emotion and remembrance. Kate's assumption of the RFU role from her brother-in-law, Prince Harry, in 2022, amid the upheavals of the Megxit agreement, brought its own set of changes and challenges. What does this passing of the torch say about duty and legacy? Growing up surrounded by the thrill of rugby, the Princess of Wales has long been seen as one of the sportiest figures in the royal family. Her spirited duels with her husband in events ranging from dragon boating to wind buggy racing have become the stuff of family legend. Can such shared adventures deepen bonds beyond the field? Since childhood, Kate has not only dabbled in tennis and hockey but has also taken on prestigious roles, such as being the royal patron of the All England Lawn Tennis and Croquet Club and making regular visits to Wimbledon. Yet, despite her well-known love for hockey, many may not realize how deeply rugby runs in her family's veins. Could these sporting passions be the secret to their close-knit unity? Her sister Pippa once revealed in a 2014 Vanity Fair article that rugby was a big thing for our family. We'd plan our weekends around the big matches. Such candid words echo through time, reminding us of the deep-rooted traditions that fuel the family spirit. How can memories of past games light the way for future triumphs? On the Daily Mail's Palace Confidential podcast, Joe Elvin humorously remarked that the Welsh side may need a referee in-house for their familial debates over the game. This lighthearted quip brought a touch of levity to the intense rivalry of the Six Nations. Isn't it refreshing when humor finds its place even in high-stakes moments? The loyalties of the royal children, Prince George, 11, Princess Charlotte, 9, and Prince Louis, 6, remain a delightful mystery. It is yet to be seen whether they lean toward Wales, like their father, or back England with Kate. Their budding preferences add a playful twist to the ongoing debate. Could this split be the start of a future family rivalry? During a recent chat on Mike Tyndall's podcast, The Good, the Bad, and the Rugby, Prince William joked about the growing fuss at home regarding which team the kids support. It's become quite the thing in the house. Catherine is quite into it. I'm trying to stay out of it, he confessed with a laugh. This playful admission leaves us pondering, will home debates ever truly end? Earlier in 2023, William had warned that the journey home after a Six Nations clash in Cardiff might be tense for him and Kate, a comment that resonated with many. Now, as the family gathers in Windsor to watch the game, the anticipation is almost too thick to cut through. Can the magic of family time soften the sting of rivalry? Amid these unfolding events, Kate is slowly returning to her royal duties following her announcement of being in remission from cancer, a personal victory that has inspired many. Her upcoming engagement with the Irish Guards on St. Patrick's Day in London promises yet another public moment filled with hope and resilience. What new chapters await her in this journey of recovery? William's deep-seated love for sports has been well documented over the years, his early passion for Aston Villa clear from childhood match visits. In a 2015 interview with the BBC, he made it clear that he didn't want to follow the usual crowd, preferring a team that stirred real ups and downs rather than the ordinary favorites like Chelsea or Manchester United. How does this unique choice shape his identity as a sports fan? As a patron of the Football Association, the Prince explained his desire for a mid-table team that could deliver genuine emotional roller coaster moments, a sentiment that resonates with many fans who live for the thrill of unexpected turns. This choice highlights his distinct perspective on sports. Could his outlook inspire others to see beyond the usual rankings? In a touching nod to his role as Prince of Wales, William has also embraced Welsh culture, even delivering his St. David's Day message entirely in Welsh on March 1st. He once shared that he'd been practicing on Duolingo since being named Prince of Wales in 2022, following the passing of his grandmother, Queen Elizabeth II. Might his efforts to learn the language spark a greater connection with the people? The night's game followed a narrow 22-17 win by Ireland over Italy earlier today, a sharp contrast to the previous week's heavy loss to France. With England still in the running for the title, tonight's match is a do-or-die affair that hinges on both their own win and a defeat for France at the hands of Scotland. Will the pressure bring out the best in these teams? All eyes now turn to the Stade de France in Paris, where Scotland and France will clash at 8 p.m. tonight. With so much riding on these final moments, the suspense is nearly unbearable. What will the final whistle reveal in this dramatic contest?